In the year 250 CE, being a Christian in Rome meant one thing: death. So they vanished, not from existence, but underground. This is the story of the secret world they built beneath the empire's feet. Beneath the ancient cities of the Roman Empire lies a forgotten world. A world carved in silence and shadow, where faith was whispered, not shouted, where symbols replaced sermons and the price of belief could be death. Long before cathedrals pierced the skyline, Christianity survived in the dark, buried beneath marble villas, hidden behind false walls, and carved into volcanic stone. From the secret catacombs of Rome to the rock-cut churches of Cappadocia, these are the sanctuaries of a faith that refused to die. Join us as we uncover the underground world of the first Christians, the ruins they left behind, the messages they hid, and the courage that turned persecution into legend. If you love uncovering lost worlds and forgotten civilizations, hit subscribe and travel with us into the past, where history still breathes in the shadows. To understand the hidden ruins of Christianity, we need to step back into a world ruled by Rome, an empire of gods, temples, and power. In the 1st century, the Roman world was religiously tolerant, as long as you played by its rules. Citizens could worship whatever gods they liked, but they also had to honor the emperor as divine. For the followers of a crucified carpenter from Judea, this was impossible. To them, there was only one God, unseen, all-powerful, and utterly different from the marble idols that filled Roman temples. Their refusal to burn incense to Caesar made them enemies of the state. What began as local suspicion soon turned into organized persecution. Christians were accused of treason, of atheism, even of dark rituals and cannibalism, all misunderstandings born from secrecy and fear. So they disappeared, not from existence, but from sight. They met in hidden rooms, abandoned quarries, and beneath the very feet of their oppressors. By night, they descended into the earth to worship in silence. By day, they blended back into the empire that hunted them. This was the world of symbols: the fish for recognition, the anchor for hope, the shepherd for protection. A coded language written on walls, rings, and tombs, signs that only believers could understand. And from those symbols, an underground civilization began to take shape. Beneath the Eternal City, a labyrinth stretches for more than 350 miles, the Catacombs of Rome. At first glance, they appear to be burial tunnels, and they were. But to the early Christians, they were far more than that. They were safe houses, churches, and archives of faith. The earliest catacombs appeared in the 2nd century, when Christians and Jews began burying their dead outside the city walls in compliance with Roman law. But unlike the grand mausoleums of the wealthy, these were humble, narrow tunnels carved by hand into soft volcanic rock. The poor, the slaves, and the martyrs were buried side by side, in niches stacked like shelves, sealed with simple slabs of marble marked by faint symbols: a cross, a dove, a name. In the Catacomb of Priscilla, archaeologists discovered frescoes that changed our understanding of early Christian art. Delicate paintings of the Virgin Mary and the infant Jesus, dated long before Christianity was legalized. In this quiet subterranean space, we see faith's first attempt to take form: color, symbol, and story in defiance of persecution. The Catacomb of Domitilla goes even deeper into history. Domitilla was a noblewoman, the granddaughter of Emperor Vespasian, who converted to Christianity and allowed her estate to become a sanctuary for the persecuted. Her catacomb holds chambers for worship and prayer, frescoes of biblical scenes, and the tombs of believers who chose the faith of the condemned over the favor of emperors. Then there's the Catacomb of Callixtus, one of the most sacred of all. Here lie the tombs of 9 popes, dozens of martyrs, and countless faithful whose names are lost to time. Imagine the sound of early Christians chanting softly in these stone corridors, surrounded by flickering oil lamps, the living and the dead united in defiance and hope. The catacombs were more than refuges. They were blueprints for the future church. Their frescoes, symbols, and rituals would later inspire the art and architecture of Christianity's golden age. In these tunnels, faith learned to endure the dark. While Rome's catacombs sheltered believers in death, in life they gathered wherever they could. One of the earliest surviving Christian meeting places is found not in Italy, but in the ruins of Dura-Europos, a forgotten Roman outpost on the banks of the Euphrates River in what is now Syria. Here, archaeologists uncovered a simple mud brick house that had been transformed into a church around 230 CE, decades before Constantine's conversion. Inside, they found a small room with a raised pool used for baptisms, its walls painted with scenes of Christ the Shepherd, Peter walking on water, and the women at the tomb. No marble, no gold, just paint, faith, and the courage to keep going. These house churches were scattered across the empire, hidden behind ordinary facades, disguised as bakeries, workshops, or family homes. Sometimes the dining room doubled as an altar space. A simple wooden table became the first altar. Bread and wine were shared quietly as Roman soldiers patrolled the streets outside. To recognize one another, believers used coded greetings. A scratched symbol of a fish in a wall meant safety. A phrase like, "the way or peace be with you," wasn't just politeness, it was a password. Even the gesture of drawing an arc in the dirt, if another person completed it into the fish symbol, could mean the difference between finding sanctuary or walking into danger. Christianity became a network of invisible communities, linked by faith, sustained by secrecy. In these homes, doctrine evolved, texts were copied, and leaders were chosen. The church as we know it today, bishops, liturgy, communion, all began here, behind shuttered windows in a world that forbade their existence. Imagine it, no cathedrals, no choirs, no public glory, just a handful of believers, a lamp, a loaf of bread, and an unshakable faith that the light would return. Travel east, beyond the Aegean, beyond the mountains of Anatolia, and you reach the other heart of hidden Christianity, Cappadocia. This landscape looks like something from another planet. Strange rock towers, valleys of ash-colored stone, and cliffs riddled with openings like a beehive. It's here that early Christians carved entire cities beneath the earth. The most famous is Derinkuyu, a staggering underground complex descending more than 280 feet deep. It contained kitchens, wine presses, stables, and schools. Entire families lived here for months, completely sealed off from the world above. Massive rolling stone doors could block tunnels instantly during raids, and ingenious ventilation shafts kept air flowing between dozens of levels. But these weren't just shelters, they were sanctuaries. Within these caverns lie hundreds of small chapels and churches, carved directly into the stone. In the Church of St. Barbara, faint red crosses still mark the walls, their pigment drawn from local iron ore. The Tokala Church, or Church of the Buckle, is one of the most breathtaking, its interior covered in vivid blue and gold frescoes that depict the life of Christ, painted 1,000 years ago, yet still luminous today. Cappadocia became a spiritual fortress. When the Roman persecutions ended, monks and mystics came here to seek solitude. The Cappadocian Fathers, Basil the Great, Gregory of Nyssa, and Gregory Nazianzus, established monasteries that would define Christian theology for centuries. By the time Islam spread across Anatolia, these caves had become strongholds once more, this time protecting icons, relics, and the memory of an older world. Even now, the valleys of Göreme and Zelv are honeycombed with churches whose walls whisper prayers in fading paint. Cappadocia is proof that even in exile, faith can find a home in stone. After nearly 3 centuries underground, everything changed. In 313 CE, Emperor Constantine issued the Edict of Milan, granting freedom of worship across the empire. For the first time, Christians could step into the light without fear. The catacombs that once hid them became pilgrimage sites. House churches gave way to basilicas built on open ground. Constantine himself ordered the construction of Old St. Peter's Basilica, built directly over the tomb of the Apostle Peter, deep beneath Vatican Hill. The underground martyr's grave became the foundation of Christianity's most sacred church. The faith of the persecuted became the faith of emperors. Yet beneath the triumph, something remarkable happened. The old underground world wasn't destroyed. It was remembered. Basilicas were built directly above martyr tombs. The design of Roman catacombs inspired church crypts and reliquaries for centuries to come. The symbols scratched in darkness, the fish, the anchor, the shepherd, became the illuminated manuscripts and stained glass of cathedrals. Even today, archaeologists continue to find new chapters in this underground gospel. In 2017, researchers uncovered a sealed chamber in the catacomb of Saints Marcellinus and Peter, untouched for 1,600 years, its frescoes still vibrant, its Latin prayers still clear enough to read. In Turkey, ground-penetrating radar has revealed vast tunnel systems beneath villages, possible extensions of ancient Cappadocian cities still waiting to be explored. In North Africa, drones have mapped ruins of early churches swallowed by sand dunes, their mosaic floors reappearing like ghosts when the wind changes. Each discovery reminds us that history is layered, and the deepest layers belong to those who had to hide to survive. Here on Should I Go, we don't just tell you about ancient places, we take you there, layer by layer, discovery by discovery. What else lies beneath our feet, waiting for light once more? Which hidden site should we explore next? Let us know in the comments. The ruins of the Roman Empire tell a story of conquest and collapse. But beneath those ruins lies another story, one of endurance. In darkness, they built sanctuaries. In silence, they built communities. And when the empire that feared them fell, their faith remained. Today, when we walk through Rome's catacombs or stand inside a painted cave in Cappadocia, we're standing in the echo of something eternal, the proof that belief can survive anything. Because in every age, under every empire, there are those who choose the light, even when they have to find it underground. If you enjoyed this journey into history's hidden places, give this video a like and subscribe to Should I Go for more stories of ancient worlds, lost civilizations, and the mysteries they left behind.